Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for June 18th, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We have several developing stories to bring you up to speed on. Firstly, the conflict with Iran appears to be subsiding, and as a result, oil prices are beginning to decline. This brings hope to motorists who have been feeling the pinch at the pump. However, experts caution that it may take several weeks or even months for gas prices to fully recover. In related news, the United States and Iran have reached a preliminary deal, sparking intense debate and raising questions about the future of the region. The agreement focuses on de-escalating tensions between the two nations, with Iran agreeing to halt its attacks on American interests in exchange for relief from economic sanctions. However, Israeli officials have expressed skepticism about the deal, claiming it does not adequately address their concerns about Iran's nuclear program. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has stated that his country will continue to defend itself against any threat from Iran, while President Trump has defended the agreement, saying it marks a significant step towards reducing tensions in the region. The international community is watching the developments closely, with many experts warning of potential consequences for regional stability. We'll continue to bring you updates and analysis on these developing stories as more information becomes available. For now, it seems that relief is on the horizon, but patience will be required as the market slowly adjusts to the post-war reality, and that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, in the world of art, we've seen a mix of challenges and initiatives aimed at fostering global participation. While obstacles persist, there are many efforts underway to support diverse artistic talent. Secondly, on the international front, a preliminary agreement between the United States and Iran has been reached, marking a potential shift in relations between the two nations. This development could lead to de-escalation in the region, but its implementation will require careful navigation of complex diplomatic challenges. Lastly, in Georgia politics, lawmakers have decided against changing the state's voting maps during a special legislative session, opting instead to focus on tax relief and ratifying the state's gas tax suspension. This move comes after the Supreme Court's ruling in Louisiana v. Calais and has sparked concerns about potential backlash to redistricting efforts. We'll continue to follow these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. We're committed to bringing you balanced, informed coverage of the news that matters most. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we discussed India's energy security concerns in light of the potential U.S.-Iran peace deal. While this development may bring some relief to the global oil market, it's essential for India to remain vigilant and take proactive steps to address its energy needs. As Raghuram Rajan aptly puts it, the recent shocks should serve as a wake-up call for policymakers and industry to reassess their strategies and build a more resilient economy. Next, we explored the highly anticipated initial public offering of SpaceX, which debuted on the stock market with a valuation of over $140 billion. Retail investors clamored for shares, but experts caution that the stock's rapid ascent may not be sustainable in the short term. As Jim Cramer noted, this is a long-term investment, not a short-term trade. Lastly, we delved into the creative ways investors are using exchange-traded funds to gain indirect access to initial public offerings, including the SpaceX listing. This practice, known as IPO arbitrage, poses significant risks and raises important questions about the role of ETFs in the financial ecosystem. Regulators, fund managers, and investors must navigate these complex strategies to ensure they do not compromise market integrity. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we looked at the future of space technology with SpaceX's plans to modernize the historic launch site SLC-4, With the demolition of the old support towers, the company is paving the way for future launches of its reusable Falcon 9 first-stage boosters. Next, we explored the fascinating world of brown dwarfs, mysterious objects that are too massive to be planets, but too small to be stars. NASA's Backyard Worlds Binaries project invites citizen scientists to join the search for these elusive objects, which can provide critical insights into the formation and evolution of our galaxy. Finally, we discussed the intersection of technology and space exploration, with a focus on the role of private companies like SpaceX in shaping the future of space travel. We also touched on the importance of citizen science projects like Backyard Worlds Binaries, which allow anyone to contribute to real scientific research and be part of a global community of space enthusiasts. Tune in to our full episodes for more in-depth coverage of these stories and other exciting developments from the world of space exploration. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we're reflecting on the tragic loss of a sports legend, as we reported on the passing of a beloved athlete whose legacy will undoubtedly live on. However, I must correct myself. Our actual top story today revolves around the generosity of alumni Trent and Beth Buckingham-Bauke, who have made a significant donation to Bemidji State University's gymnasium renovation project. This heartwarming tale showcases the power of community spirit and the enduring impact of higher education. In other news, we're celebrating the achievements of outstanding athletes, including Grand Forks Central alum Drew Julian, who will be inducted into Minot State's Athletics Hall of Fame for his remarkable accomplishments in track and field and basketball. We're also tracking developments in collegiate coaching ranks, with notable appointments and transfers, such as Sarah Dryberg joining Minnesota Crookston's volleyball program and Grace Miller's transfer from UND to Purdue. Lastly, we're highlighting commitment news, including Grand Forks' Biddy Ballock's decision to join Lake Region State College's hockey team and Emily Muller's appointment as an assistant women's basketball coach at Mayville State. Stay informed, and let's continue to explore the stories that shape our world. I'm Howard, your trusted source for fair, balanced, and insightful sports news. This is Howard, signing off. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, a recent discovery has shed light on an ancient disease that's making a comeback. Researchers have found that Sporothrix brasiliensis, a fungal infection, is spreading rapidly among cats, with potentially devastating consequences for both animals and humans. Our experts warn that the risk of contagion is complicated, and it's essential that pet owners, veterinarians, and public health officials work together to prevent its spread. In related news, we're seeing a rise in cases of sporotrichosis, a disease caused by the Sporothrix genus, which can be contracted through contact with contaminated soil, plants, or infected animals. This story takes us to the heart of rural America, where farmers, veterinarians, and pet owners are coming together to tackle this complex issue. Lastly, our third story takes a step back to look at the bigger picture. We're exploring the delicate balance between humans, animals, and the environment, and how our actions can have far-reaching consequences. From ancient diseases to modern-day threats, we're reminded of the importance of working together to protect our planet and its inhabitants. These stories serve as a poignant reminder of our place within the natural world and the need for collective action to address the challenges we face. We'll be diving deeper into these topics in the coming days, so now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. We've got some interesting stories to discuss today. First up, let's talk about Colin Gosselin, one of the sextuplets from the reality TV show John and Kate, +8. He's set to release a tell-all book about his childhood experiences, including allegations of physical and emotional abuse by his mother, Kate Gosselin. This has sparked a heated debate about the ethics of reality TV and its impact on children. Next, we're shining a light on the latest skincare trend, the SolarWave. Our article explores how this innovative device is helping people achieve radiant, glowing skin without breaking the bank. And sadly, we're also mourning the loss of talented actress Davy Chase, who passed away at just 31 years old. She's best known for her iconic roles in The Ring and Lilo and Stitch. We'll be discussing her remarkable career and legacy. Lastly, if you're looking to upgrade your skincare routine, don't forget about the SolarWave. And if you're a fan of reality TV or just curious about Colin Gosselin's story, now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, in a groundbreaking move, Peru has granted rights to the Amazon rainforest, recognizing it as a living being with inherent rights. This unprecedented decision sets a significant precedent for environmental conservation worldwide. Secondly, the fate of Antarctic krill hangs in the balance due to intensified industrial fishing. The consequences are already visible, with endangered species like the emperor penguin and Antarctic fur seal facing declining krill availability. We urge responsible management of these resources to prioritize long-term ecosystem health. Lastly, the New South Wales budget is set to be released today, with expected allocations for cost of living relief, education, healthcare, and environmental conservation. Despite economic challenges, the government is committed to supporting vulnerable communities and driving growth. These stories underscore the importance of balancing human needs with environmental stewardship and responsible governance. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.